Good morning, good evening, good day, and welcome to the third Volleyball World Beach Pro Tour Elite 16 event in Jurmala, Latvia. My name is Riley McKibbin, and today I'm going to be your guide running you through everything interesting and exciting that's going down in the next few days of this tournament. Fresh out of Ostrava less than a week ago, just about every team outside of those crowned champions in the Czech Republic are looking for redemption here in Jurmala. Pool play is shaping up to be very interesting with the most recent reshuffle of seeding, giving us more than a few matchups that we'd highly recommend you tune into. These are our must-see matchups, the most competitive pools, and our picks of qualifier teams to look out for to do a bit of damage here in pool play. Let's dive in. Quick brief of the format. The best 16 men's and women's teams in the world split into 4 pools of 4 teams. Round robin pool play, only the top 2 teams from each pool survive, advancing directly into the quarterfinals. You know the drill. Starting off with the men. The headline here most certainly is Pool C. Andre and George, who recently overtook the title of #1 in the world ranking, find themselves unfortunately in the same pool as 2020 Olympic gold medalists and recently crowned Ostrava champions, the beach volley Vikings, Mol and Sorum. You could easily make an argument for both of these teams as who the best team in the world is right now. And they happen to be in the same pool. I'll tell you what, if you're a qualifier team, you are praying you don't find yourself in this pool. Pool B is also going to be very interesting with the second-seeded Dutch powerhouse of Brouwer and Mewson, drawing the top-ranked American team, Schalkenbrunner, and the Aussies, McHugh and Burnett, who won silver less than a month ago in Turkey. All 3 of these teams not only could beat anyone on any given day, but have such different styles of play from one another, from the super physical and explosive offense of the Dutch, to the creative trickery of the Aussies, to the steady and stable Americans. This pool is gonna be a fun one to follow. I also have to mention Pool D with the hometown heroes Samoilovs and Smedens. These 2 guys might be the most entertaining duo to watch in the sport of beach volleyball. The creativity and energy they bring to the sport is unmatched, and now they are playing at home. Now, despite being the 12th seed, I'd be willing to bet that these 2 ruin a few of the top seeded teams' weekends in the next coming days. Now let's move on to the women. Pool A. Wow. Easily the toughest pool. You have the #1 ranked Krapsinoka and Graudina of Latvia playing at home, I might add, with 3 very tough Brazilian teams, Duda and Ana Patricia, Barbara and Carol, and Victoria and Taina. And if this pool feels a little familiar, it's because the Latvians have drawn Duda and Ana Patricia in pool play every single tournament thus far, and Barbara and Carol for a second time. And although the Latvians have somehow finished better than the Brazilians, they still have yet to beat Duda and Ana Patricia in pool play. And this time, there is going to be a lot of pressure on the young Latvians, playing at home in front of their friends and family against 3 pairs of very dangerous and experienced Brazilians. Pool play is going to feel very much like playoffs here in Pool A. Now, in Pool C, there is a special outlier to be aware of. Despite being seeded 11th overall and 3rd in their pool, Heydrich and Verger Desprez of Switzerland are balling out right now. Just missing the podium last weekend, finishing with a 4th in Ostrava, beating Stam and Schoon in the quarterfinals. Safe to say this team is dangerous. The Swiss pull Tayana Lima and Hejeli of Brazil, who failed to make it out of pool play back in Ostrava, and Chang and Flint from the United States coming off a dominant first place finish on the AVP last week against the up-and-coming Cloth and Nuss. And lastly, my qualifier team pick to wreak a bit of havoc here in Jurmala is Taryn Cloth and Kristen Nuss. The 6'4 Taryn Cloth is as complete a volleyball player as they come, partnered with Kristen Nuss. At only 5'6", is an absolute magician with what she can do with the ball, both on offense and on defense. Despite being this team's first year on the Volleyball World Beach Pro Tour, starting the season with 0 points, they have risen the ranks faster than any team to my knowledge, with this being only their 4th event, and already find themselves in the main draw of the Elite 16. In every tournament they've competed in, they've greatly outperformed their seed, including 2 weeks ago in Kusadasi, Turkey, starting out as the 8th seed in the Qualifier, 32nd overall, and winning the tournament, winning gold. Remember these 2 youngsters' names, Cloth and Nuss. If you had told me that a team starting in the Qualifier would win an Elite 16 tournament this year, I just wouldn't have believed you. The teams at the top of the food chain are just too good. And yet, in both Rosarito and Ostrava, the gold medalists on the women's side indeed came from the Qualifier. No team is safe here in Jurmala. It really doesn't get much better than this, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be an exciting couple of days, and you can watch all the action live on Volleyball World TV.